video is going to be a little bit different than the content that I've posted before. As you've seen by the title of this video, this is going to be me getting back to yoga. It is currently Wednesday at 3 p.m. We have been having some sleep struggles with Cooper, and he's actually napping upstairs. I got 10 minutes to myself. Now it's been like 5 minutes since I practiced. It's about 3 p.m. so I'm having my afternoon peppermint tea, and I just wanted to sit down and chat really quick about getting back to yoga. I mean, as you've seen in the clip before this, that was my first time really doing a little sit down practice and being really intentional with it. I've just been doing stretching and gentle dynamic movement to prepare myself to get back into a full-on practice. Yoga is something that I'm really passionate about. It is definitely a piece of what makes me who I am, and it's what really helped me learn to treat my body like it's the vessel that it is. And I have more appreciation now than I did ever before after having a baby. And so getting back to this practice and being really intentional about it and not waiting too long before starting it up again was important to me. I will be 8 weeks postpartum on Saturday, which, wow, I'm gonna have a 2-month-old baby in like 3 days. That's so crazy to me. So yeah, I'm going to be practicing every day for a week, so Wednesday to Wednesday, which I hope that I can practice every single day from here on out, because that's how I was before. And I know that time is different when you have a newborn, but I really want to make it a priority just for myself and my self-care to get on the mat every day and get my body feeling back in shape. One thing I've noticed is that I've definitely lost a lot of muscle mass and a little bit of balance, which is weird. I've always had natural balance, and I felt a little wobbly here and there. Even just rolling out my mat, being on it, my feet, my hands, the smell of the mat, everything just brought so much peace and happiness to my heart. And that is why I do this. So I'm going to enjoy my tea. I actually have some post-yoga strawberries here prepped and already cut up because that's new mom life. If I don't, I just end up eating like granola bars and stuff, and that is not going to get me to my goals. So I will see you tomorrow. Happy day 2 of getting back to yoga. It is actually like 7 a.m. Cooper slept really well last night, and he woke up around like 6:45 a.m. and so it's probably like 7:15 now, but he ate and then he went right back to sleep. So I quickly got dressed and I came down here, rolled up my mat, and did my quick 15-minute practice, and it was amazing. I just remember feeling so much more present in every single moment throughout the day and making better choices, whether that's with what I'm consuming, like social media wise or music wise, as well as like what I'm consuming food wise. I just find that whenever I'm practicing yoga, I'm more present in every aspect of my life, and especially those morning practices is just such a staple for me, and so I'm really grateful to get back to it. So something that I noticed in my practice today was that my right ankle is a little sore. I was pregnant, I was like skipping out to the driveway and I rolled my ankle, and I actually couldn't walk on it for a couple of days, and I definitely feel that in my ankle now. It doesn't hurt all of the time now, but it's definitely sore in the morning, and if I'm like walking a lot, I just know that it needs some extra strength and TLC. But I noticed that in my standing pigeon pose, I was a little off balance and I couldn't really hold it. It didn't feel strong at all. So I'm going to be looking into some ankle strengthening exercises, and I'll probably share that in here too, just because that's going to be a big part of my journey. And also I want to add in some more core exercises as well. I'm just so grateful to be here on my mat and to be making this video. video and to be sharing this journey with you guys. And honestly, just to be creating this memory for myself. I've been documenting my yoga journey since I started, and it wasn't even intentional. I started out doing gentle beginners yoga and I got right into inversions, and inversions stole my heart completely. And that's what really helped me stay consistent in my practice, because my actual yoga practice helped me advance so much in my inversions. I was very dedicated to it. It also helped me mentally. It helped me stay in a really present and positive mindset. I really struggled with that for a long time. So again, I am so excited to be here. I am so grateful that my baby let me have a little morning practice and that everything is working out. I'm going to sip on my coffee and clean up the kitchen. We've been having dinner late because Tyler's been working late, so I usually will just load the dishwasher in the morning so that we can have family time. Grand rising. So last night was rough. Cooper slept really good from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. and then was up probably like every 30 to 45 minutes until just now. I got him to go to sleep, and it took me forever to get him to go to sleep. And it just can be really mentally challenging as a new mother whenever they sleep really good and then they don't sleep and then they sleep really good. It's like you almost get used to getting into a routine and then it changes at the drop of a hat, and that's just motherhood. That's just newborn life. And I'm just grateful that he is healthy and he's happy whenever he is awake. He is like smiling and he's laughing and he's having a good time. And that's all that matters to me. If I lose a little bit of sleep along the way, that is fine. But today's practice was very important to me. I woke up and like the only thing I wanted was my coffee, which needs warmed up, and my yoga mat. Like I just wanted to get on the mat and I wanted to practice. This is day 3, I believe, and I'm feeling really, really good. Today I just did a free flow. I actually woke up and my abs were sore, like some of my muscles were sore, and that feels really, really good to have that finally be coming back. I missed that feeling, and so I'm really just excited to continue throughout this week. Hopefully tomorrow, which is Saturday, and then Sunday, Tyler is off work for the weekend, and I'm hoping that I can get in a little bit of a longer practice. I do have to do a little bit of work this morning while he's sleeping, so I'm going to do that after I get done chatting with you guys. But yeah, I just wanted to check in, and you know, this practice means so much to my mental health. With working my own business, taking care of a newborn, taking care of a home, I love doing all 3 of those things, but sometimes it can get a little bit challenging to balance all of those. I love what I do for work, but it could be a little bit stressful on the mental. And taking care of a baby is not only a little bit mentally stressful, but it's also physically stressful, especially if you're not getting good sleep. And I just feel energized and ready for the day now that I've done my practice. I even like miss chanting Om. That is just such a sacred practice to me, and I haven't done that in a really long time, so that felt really good. Also, something that I noticed today during my practice, I know that I've been sharing little bits and pieces, and I like doing that because I think it'll be fun to look back on and see like, okay, this was what was happening here, and now I'm not dealing with that anymore. And so my left hamstring and just like my left leg and arm in general has always been a little bit tighter than my right side. I've always favored my right side. I was a cheerleader for years and years. I also did gymnastics, and my right side was my favorite side. And so I feel like I neglected my left side. And so over the past few years when I've been doing yoga, I've been kind of focusing on opening up my left side, and it is very tight now after pregnancy, being postpartum. It is back to square one, and I definitely felt that, especially when stretching my leg when I was laying down. I definitely felt that tightness. So that's something that I'm going to be working on even more. I'm excited for tomorrow's practice and to see what it has in store for me. Okay, so it is day 4 of my getting back to yoga, and I seriously have no words. It is like 5:30 a.m., 5:45, might be 6 a.m. Cooper is asleep in our bed. He slept way better than last night, thankfully. He got up at 11:45, 3:30, and then 5-ish, and I fed him and he went back to sleep in our bed. So I was like, I'm gonna take advantage of this since I am rested, and since I did get sleep, I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm going to do my practice. And it was honestly the best thing ever. First 2 days I did like little 10-15 minute guided YouTube yoga videos, but these last couple of days I've been really called to do my own free flows and kind of listen to my intuition, and I feel even better than I did when I was doing the YouTube yoga videos. One of my favorite parts about yoga is the ability to tune into your body and listen to your body and what your body needs, and then give it that. Like, being of service not only to others but also to myself is a big goal of mine, and I feel like that's a huge way that I can truly be of service to myself, because I know here and there like we'll do things that we call self-care, but that's things that our mind or like society has told us that we need to do. And whenever we can tap into our body and communicate with it and listen, beautiful things can happen, and I'm feeling those beautiful things happening within me, and it's just a really good feeling. I miss it. Today is Saturday, and if you didn't know, I went through a whole 200-hour training. Big news, I am getting ready to sign up for a training the day that I finish this getting back to yoga video. Next Wednesday, I will be signing up for a new 200-hour yoga teacher training, and I'm actually going to be certified this time. And I'm really grateful and blessed to have the opportunity to do another 200-hour training, and I think that that's just going to make me a better teacher. I was not in the right headspace the last time that I finished my 200-hour training. There was a lot of things going on in my head, boy drama, life drama, and so not only am I grateful to be here in the now, in this spot, in this life, living out my dreams, exactly what I've always wanted, but I'm able to retake the training. It's for a really, really good price if you're looking for something to take soon, because this deal lasts through the end of the year. So you have to finish your training by the end of the year, but it's only $385, and it's all online, and you get to be Yoga Alliance 200-hour certified. So if you want more details about that, comment down below and I will personally message you. But I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to really get back to the structure of yoga, the history of yoga. I was really into that. I was always reading books. A couple of my favorite yoga books is The Heart of Yoga and the Bhagavad Gita. Those are both really, really good books. Also The Value of Values. I could go on and on. I love yoga. I love Sanskrit text. I love physical practice, mental practice. I love the whole thing that yoga encompasses. And so all of that to say that whenever I was doing my training last year, it wasn't last year, it was the year before last, I would have practice every single Saturday morning and every single Sunday morning. And those practices were so sacred. They were taught by an amazing woman named Dani, a couple other yoga teachers as well, but she just taught such a beautiful, sacred practice, and it honestly felt like church. And I got a little bit of that feeling today, and it was just like, wow, like, I'm really getting back to this. Whenever I was pregnant, I really just felt like it was never going to end. I was never going to get back to my practice. I was never going to feel those feelings again. And so it's really nice and reassuring and relieving to be able to feel this and to be able to be where I'm at right now. Feeling good in my body. A couple of things I did notice in my practice today was whenever I was doing my tree pose on my left side, my right ankle was very wobbly. Again, like I said, I had a little bit of an injury to my right ankle when I was pregnant. I gained a lot of weight during pregnancy. I was really small, probably like my smallest whenever I got pregnant, and so I gained weight really fast in the second trimester, and it put a lot of weight and strain on my joints and my bones, and I ended up twisting my ankle. So I'm just going to try to figure out a couple maybe exercises that I can add in the next few days. I can't believe we're already on day 4 of day 7. Like, it feels so good, and I definitely see a change in my mental. I'm more patient, I'm more present, and especially with all of the lack of sleep going on and just having him be so fussy. Which I say so fussy, he's not even that fussy of a baby. He just cries when he needs something, and sometimes he can be a little picky on what he wants, and I just have to keep switching it up. But being his mother, I get so frustrated when I can't get him to stop crying, and it's not like a frustrated where I'm like not at all. It's more of a like, I'm really sorry that I can't give you what you need. And it's not even that I can't give him what he needs. He's just picky. He's a newborn. He's finding out what he likes and what he doesn't like, and that's completely okay. But I do believe yoga has had a really big impact on me even just after 4 days. Even just having enough discipline to get on my mat every morning and get it done helps tremendously. I also did want to talk a little bit about something else that has been helping me mentally and physically. Since I'm not sleeping as much, my energy is low, I have a little bit of brain fog, and my patience can be a little bit less than what it normally would be just because I wasn't sleeping and he was a little bit more fussy. I have been taking this CBD. It's Nuvita CBD. It's a really awesome CBD company ran by a woman, which is even better. That makes me so happy. I've been following her since I was like a sophomore in high school. She was a young mother who tried her hand at many different trades and businesses and found herself creating the most potent and high quality CBD I have yet to try. I've been taking this for a little over a month now. I stopped taking this around my 8th month of being pregnant because the oil was giving me heartburn, which it wasn't just this oil. This is really great coconut oil. Any oil was giving me heartburn at this point, and so I just had to stop taking it, which was a bummer because it helped with my nausea, my mood, my fatigue, my body aches, all of that during pregnancy, but the heartburn was intense. If you've had heartburn pregnant, you know. So yeah, I just take 50 mLs of this every single day, and I have definitely seen a difference in my ability to be less frustrated, to be less moody. My body doesn't hurt as bad. I mean, at the beginning of postpartum, when you're not getting sleep, you literally feel hungover because you're not sleeping. But after about 2 or 3 weeks of that, I ordered my CBD again, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. And after like 2 days, I wasn't even feeling any more brain fog. I wasn't feeling those like crappy body aches that you get when you're hungover from no sleeping. And I was feeling a little bit panicky in the beginning of postpartum and bringing him home, but that instantly went away as soon as I started taking the CBD. I do have a discount code. I'll pop it right here. It's Keeping It Kind, and it can save you 10% off on your order. The kind that I use right now is the full spectrum CBD. I think this is the 750 milligram, but I'm gonna go up to the bigger bottle that is higher milligram next time. But I just take 50 mLs of this every single day, and my advice is to start small. So get the smaller bottle and start out with 25 mLs and then work your way up. I promise if you get the smaller bottle and you take the 25 mLs, it's still going to work, but it just gives your body a little adjustment to get used to it and not build a tolerance to it as fast. I'm gonna take some right now, and I'm gonna do a little bit of work while he's sleeping. I'm almost out. I gotta make a new order like this weekend. You can see the color of it is just so dark, so potent. You know that your CBD is good when it's a dark color. If it's like that whitish, really vague yellow color, you know that it's not as potent and it probably isn't made to be as good quality as you would want. Cheers. Grand Rising, happy day 5? Yeah, day 5. It is Monday, it is about 7:30 a.m. You could probably hear Tyler and Cooper up there yelling. Tyler had a snow day off of work, so we get to have Daddy home today. It's so awesome. I'm grateful that I was able to get on my mat in the morning. Rising yoga practices just hit different. As you've seen in the video, I am dabbling with inversions again. I do not feel that I'm strong enough to start doing forearm stands. I can insert some pictures, but I was really advanced in forearm stands. I had almost mastered my handstand, and headstands were a cakewalk for me. And so doing that headstand today and feeling a little shaky and not as strong as I used to definitely showed me how much work I have to do, which is just exciting to me. I don't feel defeated or disheartened at all. I'm grateful that I get to learn everything again, and I think that it will help me become a better teacher as well. I'm kind of getting to learn everything over again, and that's super fun and super challenging, and I'm up for the challenge. If you've watched my other videos, you know that I've had a little bit of gallbladder issues after having my son. It's really common and typical in moms after they give birth to have some gallbladder dysfunction. And so I treated myself with a Sunday beer, and it had like 3 or 4 mozzarella sticks. And greasy food is one of my biggest triggers. So I think that combined with alcohol, even though it was just 1 beer, really set off my gallbladder, and I was having some pain. It was nowhere near the pain that I felt whenever I had to go to the ER, but it was painful. And you just have to basically wait it out until after your food is digested, because basically, long story short, your gallbladder excretes bile to help digest greasy and fatty foods. And so it was probably already a little bit inflamed whenever I had the mozzarella sticks, and then I drank the beer and it just set it off and it was inflamed, and it's painful. So how is there a little bug in here? Anyways, I just have to take it easy for the next week or 2 now and eat healthy, which is not a problem. But I did read that doing yoga actually helps gallbladder issues and gallstone issues. So I was like, definitely need to get on my mat this morning. Definitely need to get this practice in. It's very important. And now I'm probably just gonna go have some tea and some oatmeal and hang out with my man and my baby. So I just finished up my practice and I just wanted to sit down and chat a little bit. So today is Friday and I believe on Monday was the day that I had a gallbladder attack. I'm not going to speak too much on gallbladder attacks in this video, but I did just want to touch on it because I did not do my 7 days in a row, but today is day number 6 for me. I'm giving myself a little bit of leniency. When I have those attacks, I feel really blah the next day. I'm very drained, I'm sore, I just don't feel like doing anything, and it takes a lot out of me mentally as well. My health has always been like a center of anxiety for me, and yoga, meditation, just the holistic lifestyle that I've been living has helped me shy away from that more and more. And so whenever these things do come up, I do struggle a little bit, so I give myself a little bit of time. So I thought that a couple days break from everything, my business, my friendships, just like connecting with people and just going inward and healing was what I really needed. So that is what I did. I did record tonight's practice and I'm also going to just continue on doing yoga every single day. I'm not going to stop at just day 7. So I will include tomorrow's practice and then kind of just a little conclusion. With all that said, I am exhausted. Today was a long day. I have my grandmother coming in tomorrow and I'm so excited for her to meet Cooper. So I am going to hit the sheets, but I will be seeing you tomorrow and kind of doing a little conclusion of how it felt doing 7 days of yoga. First 5 days consecutively and then adding on the 2 at the end, which is perfectly fine. Like that is life, that is balance. That is the basis of a holistic lifestyle for me. I truly believe that balancing all of your different needs is what substantiates a holistic lifestyle to me, and that is exactly what I did. One of my biggest goals is to just become more adaptable and to be able to adapt to the different things that are happening in my life and not really get shot down, not only mentally, but emotionally, physically, spiritually, business-wise, all of that. Just think that strengthening that inner self-discipline, strengthening those self-care rituals is really what's going to make a difference. And I've heard this quote a lot, nothing changes if nothing changes. And so I'm trying to steadily increase those good rituals and those good doings in my everyday life to create that balance and that harmony and that happiness. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Day 7, I made it. As you just seen, I just had an amazing Shavasana. I haven't done Shavasana in a while. There's honestly been a few things this past week and a half that I have done that it's my first time doing those things. And looking back at these first times of me doing these now and doing them back when I first learned them, it's crazy to be here. Whenever I was pregnant, I seriously thought that I would never get back to my practice and that I would just be stuck not doing yoga forever, and it feels really good to be here. And I know that I've said that in my previous vlogs this week, but it just feels like a coming home to be here on my mat and to be moving my body and to be creating space for healing. I'm the type of person that I like to clean, I like to cook, I like to have things organized, I like to be on top of things, I like to do my work. So I really struggled with creating space for myself in the beginning of postpartum. And I actually just learned that like postpartum is the first year of your child's life, which is a lot longer than what I had thought. To give myself a break yesterday, my grandma came into town, and I feel like that's just the big thing about yoga that I love. and it's a big reason why I'm drawn to yoga, because I'm the type of person, I don't like to be told what to do. I don't like deadlines. I don't like being on like a strict schedule, but I like making strict schedules for myself, if that makes sense. I'm just a very self-oriented person. I love working as a team. I love the team that I work with in my businesses, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I'm just very self-structured and self-oriented. And sometimes when I do take a day off like I did yesterday, I feel really like defeated and down on myself, which isn't fair. And I learn that more and more the more that I come to my mat. You learn so much on your mat. If you're a yogi or if you've done yoga before, you know that the mat is a learning space. It's a space to let go. It's a space to heal. The past week and a half has just really opened my eyes to what I need in my life and what was missing, and that is yoga. I did wait until I think 7.5 or 8 weeks postpartum to really start moving my body. I did give myself a break. And I feel like that was a nice space to hold for myself too. But being here and now, I am ready to grind. I'm ready to get back to my practice. I'm ready to gain my strength back, my balance. But I had such a great time filming my progress and my practice again. I used to film my practice like every single day and share my practice every single day. And a lot of that was on Instagram, and I still want to show my practice on Instagram, but I definitely want to have a space here to document my journey back to strength, back to a regular practice, back to feeling good in my body. I'm figuring out all of my health stuff and doing everything as holistically and as naturally as possible. And I think that this, again, is going to be huge for my health and my healing. So I just want to thank you if you're watching this and share a little quote with you, because I read this quote yesterday during my teacher training, which I do want to touch on my teacher training. It's going great. I am like 3/4 done with yoga philosophy and just going over everything while getting back to my practice and documenting all of this has been really eye-opening. Like, a lot of things have come up and been released. I've learned and consumed so much wisdom. Like, I'm remembering so much from my first teacher training that I did, and it's honestly beautiful. And so I just wanted to share this quote, and it says, "If you believe that there's a goal, you are wrong. We are the goal. We are peace. And the only thing stopping you from feeling that peace is believing that you're not that peace. The only thing stopping you from feeling peace in your body is believing that you're not." I don't know if I said that exactly right, but moral of the story is we are peace. We are a naturally whole being. Ins and outs of every single day, and communicating with different types of people every day and living in the communities that we live in, we tend to lose that sense of peace, and we get stressed out and we feel like life is hectic. Sometimes people feel depression, anxiety, panic, uneasiness, feeling that they don't belong. And I have felt all of these things personally. But when I'm on my mat, and whenever I believe that peace is within me and I speak it, comes to me tenfold, and I feel it so powerfully. Love and peace and harmony and balance feels so good. And I've learned more and more with communicating with my body, using my intuition, listening to my body. Peace is right around the corner if you just sit down and take a breath. Just remember that you're always peace and that it's always with you, especially during these times. A lot of healing to be done. There's a lot of getting back on track to be done, especially in my shoes. And so I invite you to embark on this journey with me and just love yourself. Again, I had so much fun filming this video. I am so appreciative of everyone who watches and supports my journey. If you liked this kind of video, please give it a thumbs up so that I know to make more of them, which I probably will make more of them, but I can make even more of them if you are interested and like to see my yoga practice. Subscribe so you don't miss any of my next videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.